Mine 12 DePIN crypto projects with one device and one click. Today is an absolutely huge video covering how Crankk have just now enabled us to mine and earn crypto from 12 DePIN crypto projects at the same time with just one single device. And we can enable this multi-mining with just one click, and we can join for free as well. This might be one of the best DePIN opportunities in 2024. You do not want to miss this video. But remember, nothing in my videos are of course financial advice. I have covered Crankk so many times on my channel, the full IoT project on Kadena, where everything is working on chain. Crankk is one of my favorite DePIN projects for so many reasons, and anyone can very easily, and it's very cheap as well, convert their old helium miner or any of these devices into mining Crankk, and now many of them multi-mine 11 additional other DePIN crypto projects at the same time. Here is a full setup tutorial video on how to start mining Crankk, where I show all the steps on how to get started, how to set up a Kadena wallet, how to transfer funds, how to get a Crankk license and start mining Crankk. The only update that have happened since that video is that everything now takes place on Kadena chain 19 instead of chain 0, which I show in the video. Now if you decide to get a Crankk license, you can get it $5 cheaper by using the affiliate code C_Nordic. Just a few days ago I mentioned in a video that Crankk had some exciting upcoming updates, but I never thought one of those updates would be this huge. This covers 11 additional DePIN projects, and I believe even more different DePIN projects will get added to this list in the future. It's almost like having a Crankk miner is now the only thing we need to have to be able to mine all of those DePIN projects in the future, because Crankk fixes all the automatic connections, and according to the Crankk team, even more exciting updates are coming soon. Here we can see how Milan from Crankk talks about this multi-mining update and how anyone with a full gateway are now able to begin multi-mining 100% for free. To currently run the multi-mining feature, we do not currently need a Crankk license during this public beta test. I don't know if we will need to have a license when the finished public release goes live, but for now anyone can participate with a full Crankk gateway. Of course, you need to set up your gateway to the Crankk OS, so the easiest way to get started is to just go through the setup video anyway, that I will leave a link to in the description below. And then you can choose there if you want to buy the Crankk license or not. We do however need the Crankk license to be able to earn the Crankk token with the gateway, and I have a feeling that since this is such an epic update that there will be a lot of people wanting to get a Crankk miner, either now or at least before the finished public release of this update, when we might need to have a license for each gateway. I think we can expect to see Crankk growing a lot from this, and I have for sure onboarded all of my old helium miners to be mining Crankk. I have seen from the Crankk team that they will also be able to turn some light gateways into be able to multi-mining as well in the future, like the MileSight device. However, as of now, many of the light gateways are still able to dual mine the Crankk token and the helium token at the same time. But for now, it's only the full gateways that are able to perform the multi-mining feature with all of these tokens. Let's go through on how to start the multi-mining feature. After you've gone through the standard Crankk setup video and got the Crankk gateway up and running, we can proceed to join the beta test group and start multi-mining. First, we go to our local Crankk dashboard for our gateway. To get to our gateway's Crankk local dashboard, we type in this, followed by our gateway's IP address, and then at the end, we add this segment as well. So it should look something like this. Then you log in, and the standard login credentials are admin for a username, and for the password it's the last 6 digits of the gateway's MAC address. Once you're in on the dashboard, you go to settings, and under test group participation, select beta and click save. Then you can go to the info or system tab and reboot our gateway. And when the gateway have rebooted, we should see this tab pop up, multi-mining. We click it, and here we are able to enable all these multi-mining features with all of these projects just using our single gateway. Each of these DePIN projects will of course have separate requirements to begin mining, like how you will need a wallet address to where you will receive the mining rewards to, or for some of the projects you need a GPS dongle or you need some staked tokens. But all of those requirements and stuff are simply how those crypto projects operate in order to mine. So if you have questions on how to mine them, you have to question or research those projects yourself. Because Crankk does not handle the mining, they are just enabling us to mine those projects using the Crankk gateways. I will now go ahead and start mining all of these projects with my Crankk gateways, and I will for sure post earnings updates on this. So make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see those videos when I post them. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.